Hey everybody, what's up? I'm doing something a little different today. No F1 Lightning video, no e-bike video, branching out a little bit. I just got done watching Doug DeMuro's video about the new R1T from Rivian. Amazing, super cool truck. But as he's going through this thing, there's so many. Well, first of all, it was my first time seeing like the infotainment system in action and a couple other things. It was a very in-depth review. I loved it. It's so good. But as he's going through it, there's these certain things where it's like, okay, that's like exactly what Tesla has. And it's the things that are like very unique to Tesla too. And I don't mean this as like a bad thing on Rivian. I think it's like, I love the car. Like, I think it's so cool. And I love Tesla. I love them both so much. But these things are like so unique to Tesla that I just found it very interesting that they just totally said, yeah, we're doing that too. We're just making it look a slightly bit different on the screen. So as I'm watching, like, I was like, oh, they just copied that. That's fine, whatever. But there was like at least 5 things I saw that I'm like, do they just like not care? They're just like literally, yeah, we're doing that. And it's only unique, like, because does this mean that, well, if Rivian's doing it, this is just the way that cars will be from now on. So I want that thought in your head as I go through these, because that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, if Tesla did this that I thought was unique to Tesla, but now Rivian's doing it, and then if more people are just like, no, that's how this thing works now. So Tesla is paving the way of things that I didn't think were maybe even that great to begin with. So that'll make sense. Let's just get into it. Okay, so the first thing that is like the most obvious is the way you choose your AC. So if you're familiar with Tesla, the screen comes up and you kind of like use your fingers to adjust where the air is flowing and how much air is going. And it's very intuitive, kind of neat. And the Rivian literally does the exact same thing, which this seemed like, I don't think there's any other cars that do this. I apologize if there are, but that to me was a pure Tesla kind of quirk to a quirk, whatever Doug DeMuro says. He's the best. Anyway, I think that's really interesting that they just totally copied that. It's a cool feature though. So like, I'm again not complaining. It's just, it would have been so easy just to do vents like everyone else, but they must have seen this as, hey, this is the way that cars should be done, or electric cars should be done. Like, I really want to know the thought process of why they chose that feature. But anyway, it's the exact same way, essentially. I almost do like Rivian's interface maybe a little better, but they're both exactly the same when you really think about it. Next is their Sentry Mode. For them, it's actually really cool. Again, they just kind of made it a little more fun than Tesla. They have like a little Yeti that pops up on the screen and does this little video recording, and it works exactly like Sentry Mode. Now, this one, I think it's a smart thing that if they didn't have this, it would have been a problem almost, because you have these cameras around the car. If you're not using it to like capture and using it as a security layer, like, then they would have dropped the ball. So this is something I'm very glad that they copied. But at the same time, it's not the first. Like, Tesla didn't innovate on having a dash cam. So, but it does work exactly like Sentry Mode does, where if somebody, brushes up against the car, it starts to record. So it does work in a similar fashion. So that's why I added that one on here. Now, the next one, which is the point where I decided I was going to make this video, is how to adjust the steering wheel. And it is the exact same way as Tesla's. And it's where you use the 2 rotary dials on the steering wheel to telescope it forward and backward and up and down. And this part is where I was like, well, I don't even like that Tesla does that. Maybe some hardcore Tesla users really do like that. But to me, I almost think that's annoying, having to go into your menu and then pushing a button and then remembering which wheel does what. And instead of just having a lever on your car and then being able to move it, like, I love my Jeep, for instance. It's just a lever. I bring it down, can move it up, down, forward, back, and then I lock it back in place. But hey, maybe I'm a dinosaur boomer or something, because I don't know. Again, they must have copied it for a reason, but it works the exact same way. And I'm going to group in this next one, which is the mirrors, because they also do that the same way Tesla does. You just adjust the dials. And again, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. but it's the same. And that's the point of this video. So the next one is a card as a key. So Rivian has all these awesome keys. Like they have a really cool key fob. They have a bracelet that you can use. But they also decided, and obviously phone as key, but that seems to be standard for most new electric cars. But using an actual like credit card to be as like a backup key. That's what Tesla does on the Model Y and the Model 3. And they also are doing it on the Rivian. So again, I just like, the reason this one made me scratch my head is they already have all these other way cooler keys than a card. So maybe they're just checking every box for every type of user. So Rivian's like, oh, you want this? We got you. And it's probably that. But at the same time, it's very similar to what Tesla did with the key card. So I found that interesting. Now, here's one that they should not have copied. The R1T does not have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Now, why did they copy Tesla on that? That's the worst feature of a Tesla. That's the one thing I hate about Tesla is that there's no Apple Music, because my life is in Apple Music, and I hate that they only have Spotify. I don't remember if Rivian has Spotify or not, but they definitely don't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So yeah, that drives me nuts. I don't know why they chose to do that, but hopefully at least Tesla, because they've had enough time, hopefully they at least get one of those soon. I mean, fingers crossed. And then the final thing, take this one as you will, but I did think that the navigation of their version of Autopilot looked awfully similar to Tesla. The same blue lines appear when you're doing your lane centering, the animations of the cars around you, like it looks just really, really close to Tesla's. The whole reason I'm making this video is just because it's interesting, and I think it's like, maybe these are the standards that we'll see on every car. If it was that cool for Tesla to do it, that Rivian is also doing it. Now, I know there was some drama that actually Tesla is, I think, still suing Rivian for some of their IP, but I thought that was more battery related, not like software. Again, I didn't read the full article, full transparency there, but maybe that's covered. Anyway, I love both of the car brands. I love all electric cars. I just thought that, this was pretty cool to point out. And again, a big shout out to Doug DeMuro for having this great video that sparked this idea for a video. And yeah, hopefully I kept this video short for once so you can get on with your day. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you later.